I'm actually on 3 minutes early. 3 minutes before my typical 7 p.m. broadcast time, which is changing to 8 p.m. But
Why?
because I make the decisions, I've got fans in California that might work till 5. But then again, California, they could be working till 2 in the afternoon and starting again at 8 at night. Who knows? But tonight, I want to encourage you guys tonight at 9 o'clock. Last night I think we had fun. Um, I think anybody that watched last night would tell you we had a good time, and we're going to get back to it tonight. Um, I actually was told by the spirit talker, I think the verbiage was something like, come back here. Now, just to give you a lay of the land, the house is here, and the backyard, the area where we've taken the ghost meter, where I get like a hot spot there, that is behind the house. So the spirit talker said, come back here. And then it said, go left. Now, if you walk out the back door from where I broadcast, there's a back gate, and you have to go left to that one particular spot. And I went remote, and the people that were watching could not only see the spirit talker, but they could see me on the surveillance camera. And I also had my phone, so I had a live camera out there. A lot was going on, and I walked up near where the well was, where I know the well was, and I swore I heard voices, and I quickly came back in because I'm a bit of a chicken. I could have come and gotten Mrs. Biggins, but I didn't know if she would have been a help. Now, if I was in a fight, she'd be the help. She'd be able to help. But if it was like a poltergeist type activity, I think we'd have a problem. Hello, Crystal. So anyway, we're doing it again at 9 o'clock tonight. So please join. Now, do you guys remember yesterday when I was on about 7 o'clock and I told you my motion sensor went off, and I looked at the camera outside and I said there was a guy out there who looked naked? He wasn't naked, but he didn't have a shirt on, and he got out of a car, and the car door was open, and it was like blocking below his waist, so he looked naked. But I thought he looked angry, and I didn't want to tell her that because I didn't want to get her upset. But he looked a little bit nutty and angry. Well, I get on the phone tonight with my neighbor, and I'm just, busting on him because I mowed our lawn between the two properties, and I told him there's some sticks out there. If he picks up, I can finish it. And anyway, his wife gets on the phone with me and tells me that she says, Nigel, yesterday, that guy that always speeds down our street at like on the motorcycle and the truck so fast? Now, I once in a while hear a motorcycle fly down the street, but it never bothers me. Now, if I was sitting on the front porch instead of sitting on the back deck, it might. But I hear it and I think, man, that thing's loud and he's going fast. But, you know, anyway, my next door neighbor, he was blowing the leaves in his driveway and heard the guy coming, and he stepped out in the road, and he like held up his phone like he was filming the guy, and the guy had to swerve around him, and then he came back in. Well, the guy, I said to her, she said he came back, and he came down the driveway and hopped out of his car and was yelling. And I said, did this guy, she said he was in a dark car like a Chevy or something. I said, was he shirtless? She said, yeah. I said, he was in my driveway first. I was doing this live broadcast with you guys, and this guy pulls in the driveway, and I'm thinking, who the hell is that? And it was just weird because he got out and he looked pissed. And then he got back in his, he thought I was the house. They said he was stoned. So he thought I was ours was the house, but then he realized when he pulled in the driveway it wasn't. So if I went out there, I might have been in a tussle. And I might have had Mrs. Biggins come out to whoop his ass. But anyway, he went next door and let them have it. And then they wound up friends. I think they wound up doing heroin together. No, but I don't antagonize people. People. Look, she's attacking her mother. That's Sable on top of Mrs. Biggins. Look at that. It's disgusting. No. So anyway, I had a crazy in the driveway last night.
Good thing you didn't go out there.
I know. What if I'd opened the door and said, can I help you?" Well, he probably would have realized right then and there
But still,
because I'm like a foot taller than the guy next
the
door.
little person next door, since you got mad at me for calling somebody a midget.
Well, I am strikingly handsome also.
Well, there's that.
He probably would have noticed that, and he might have said, "Whoa, are you Nigel Bach?" I said, "As a matter of fact, I am. How about you get some clothes on, pal?" But anyway. No, it's like my grandfather, my father's father. My father had a bad temper. My father's father was insane. I never wanted to be anywhere with him. And he was my grandfather, but he was always getting like argumentative with people and always getting in arguments and fist fights. And he was like 5'6", my grandfather. My father got his height, and I guess I did from my father's mother's side. But anyway, this guy was coming looking for a tussle till he realized he had the wrong house.
He probably got excited when he saw how little your neighbor was.
Yeah.
See what you see.
Look, there it goes again, folks. It's disgusting. It's bestiality. Look at it.
Oh,
Oh, she knew she was going on camera, and she decided she didn't sign off for that. So
Jesus.
so there was that. I could be dead. What if he got out packing heat? I think he'd be surprised because I'm packing more heat.
Remember, with your, what do you call that?
10 years ago, when Holly first moved in the house, we heard a loud bang upstairs. And I got my handgun with a shoulder holster, and I took her with me. And we went upstairs, and I was holding it up like this.
Oh my God. It was the best.
She loved it. And then I walked in, I realized that these doors we used to have that were just like wood that covered the alcoves, one of them had fallen over. That was even before Bad Ben.
Right after I moved in.
You were hot.
You were hotter.
You were worked up.
I was.
I could feel the pheromones in the air.
And I said to myself, what have I gotten myself into with this man?
You know you're safe at 352.
Oh, yes.
And we're safe because we've got Scott as a friend.
Yeah, another gun nut.
Scott's a maniac. He's somebody I'm glad I have on my side.
Yeah, don't piss him off.
He already has plans if Armageddon breaks out. He's bringing his wife here and their dog. And we're taking shifts from the third floor, front window. we'd live in the basement. If nuclear fallout happened, we'd live in the basement because of the concrete. Y'all can come over too. We'll make Bad Ben movies, all radiated and shit. So, hi Becky. What did we do this morning, Mrs. B?
I went to
Acme.
Acme. You were giving out cookies at the Acme.
Yes, there's this brand of cookies called Dewey's. They're these wafer thin cookies,
I hear Dewey's, I think of Scream.
and the lemon ones we like. So we got them. I got more because the peanut butter ones taste like what I imagine dog biscuits taste like. But so I got some of them, and as I'm checking out, I said to the cashier, who's my Netflix bride, we always talk about what's streaming. And I said, "Have you ever tried these?" She said, "No." So I ripped the box open, and she had some, and then Stuart had one, and then I got her to take another one and him to take another one. I was going to offer them to the women at self checkout with me too, but I figure, look, I bought these for us. I don't want to get out of control. But I walk out to the parking lot. Was today the day I had the long shopping cart story with the woman?
No,
Oh. So we got out of there and we drove around a little bit and came home. I've been staying up late with y'all doing these live broadcasts again tonight at 9. We had some interesting stuff last night. The replays on YouTube. But tonight I've had some technical advancements which I think will make it even better. And but it's awful wet out and it's supposed to be raining tonight. So it's I'm not going outside, I don't think. But when I get Scott back here, this is last week. I don't know if it's till Friday or not, but he's done his Stella Adler bullshit.
Did you get the new iOS beta?
No. Why? What's it do different?
Nothing. It just makes things look a little different. That's all.
Let me see.
It's when it's at nighttime. It makes the icons different.
Does it now? That's
And then and messages are a little different. And, it's not big. I thought it was going to be big changes, but it's not.
so. There's a new iOS beta out for the iPhone that Mrs. Biggins has. My shoulder hurts.
Which one?
This one. I think it was from leaning. I lean on that side when I watch TV.
Do that again.
Stop it. Stop making fun of me.
Would you like me to rub your arm?
No,
Are you sure?
it's not that kind of broadcast. I wonder what kind of numbers we bring in for that
What?
if we did a sex show. You got your new shorts on?
No. Oh, and he thought it was cold out here.
It was cold. I came out with my hoodie, but then when I walked out, it wasn't. But it's 70s. Hey, Google, what's the temperature?
Currently in Egg Harbor Township, it's 72 degrees.
72.
Bullshit.
Becky wants to know if there's any news on Vessel, Holly. We have not heard you talk about him and his vessel.
Well, they are not on tour right now. They're starting their European tour, European and Australian tour in November.
Now, what if he happens to tune into one of my broadcasts, or he's a Bad Ben fan? I had 2 instances last week of Bad Ben recognition. My brother-in-law went into a grocery store and he had his Bad Ben shirt on, and the cashier says, "Are you a fan of that movie?" He says, "I love that movie." And he says, "My brother-in-law made that movie," something like that. And he said, "Really? He lives here?" I mean, how can you not know I live? In, but anyway, and then the other one, my other sister told me that her son, who's a big shot producer, um, was somewhere and they were talking. Lady that worked in the office with them, they got talking about movies and indie movies, and she says, "There's this movie I saw. You have to watch it. It's called Bad Ben." And he said, "My uncle made that film." "He did? Your uncle? Your uncle?" And he said, "Yep, my uncle babysat me when I was a kid. That's what got me into horror." Those little bastards. No, I'm just kidding. They're both good kids. Both good kids that I'm very proud of, as am I of my niece, and her fiance is nice, and his family's nice, and we're like a United Nations. My nephew is married to, well, my one nephew's married to a MAGA. My other nephew's married to a, she's Chinese. She's got a PhD. Not that it matters. I'm just telling you that I'm like a United, our family's the United Nations. She's got a PhD in statistics or mathematics or something. She's awesome. My oldest nephew has two children, little boy and little girl, that are just two of the most loving kids you'd ever see. My other nephew and his wife, the doctor, she has a they have a baby that's just adorable. And my other niece, who just turned 25, she got engaged last year. And there will be wedding bells in the future there, too. One of the things that's a shame is my younger nephew, his wedding was planned for the during the pandemic. They were, remember we went on lockdown in like March or something, or April? Yeah, March. His wedding was planned for May. They got married, but they just did it like in City Hall or something. And um, but I said, "Hey, you saved a lot of money." And that October, my best buddy got married out at the animal rescue I told you about. It was a blast, but oh, I was a nervous wreck because it was still a couple months before the vaccine. For those of us that took the vaccine, I know some of you have strong feelings about it. That's okay. But I've told you many times I'd take that vaccine every week if I never.
no.
If I look, it's this is the R one. Look, that's Archer. That's Archer just climbed up on top of Holly. Archer is not a lap dog.
Yes, he is. He wants to be. He can be whatever he wants.
Now he's laying down on the mothership. He won't eat in the morning until she'll feed him.
For some reason, he likes this. Come on, you were perfectly fine. Come on, no, don't leave. Stay here with me. Lay down. Come on.
How's his asshole? You know, she's had to put a hot compress on his butthole every day for the past 3 days. He had his anal glands aspirated and they felt a tiny bump. So they think they might be impacted. So we've been giving him Metamucil every morning, and he's been shitting like a racehorse. And had to hold a hot compress on his butthole. I had her do it to me so I could relate to what he was going through, and it is in a way quite refreshing. There's not a whole lot of people talking tonight.
Everybody's listening to you.
Well, I know I am just, you get infatuated. You see me and you're just like, my God.
Anybody have any questions?
Anybody have any questions? Mrs. Biggins said she's going to go back and read the entire Game of Thrones, starting with Fire and Blood. And rumor has it that early 2025,
Yeah, last I heard.
the third Game of Thrones series is coming out about the seven houses or seven kingdoms.
It's about two particular characters. Dunk and egg or something.
Where's this fall? In
Um,
between?
Like between this third and fourth book. So, like before the whole. Well, you have to. Evidently, I never read the short stories, which I guess I will now. But the characters are in the fourth book. So, there were like 3 novellas that he released. Instead of,
Is it between House of Dragons and Game of Thrones?
No, it's during Game of Thrones. House of Dragons is 300 years before Game of Thrones.
No, they said 170 years.
300.
They said
300.
170 years.
Whatever. The 2 characters that this new prequel or whatever side show features 2 characters that are in book 4.
How dare you? So, what have you guys been up to out there in Benite land? I tried watching the new Ghostbusters. I didn't even make it 10 minutes. I will watch it though. It's probably going to take me multiple attempts.
As with The Boys, I don't understand why you insist on watching stuff that you're not enjoying.
Well, The Boys, did I finish that?
You finished that season, so there's 1 more season.
I didn't finish this season.
You finished 4. 5 is
Isn't-
already done, or it's in the middle of 5 because this is the last season.
It's not up yet, is it?
You think so? Yeah.
I think
I think so. I could be
you
wrong.
do this to me all the
Okay,
time.
I'm wrong. And I'm not
You
gonna
don't know you're wrong yet, but we're about to find out.
say another thing.
I just can't remember if I finished watching it. Now I gotta look. Ugh, this one. JoJo. 4 seasons. And I haven't watched the final one of 4. So it's 4 seasons.
There's a 5th season that I thought was already out.
Look,
But season 5 is the last season.
so again, you're swearing by something that you're wrong.
Oh,
How dare you?
I said I apologize for being Jesus.
You don't have to apologize for being wrong. What you have to feel bad about is how you basically set it up where this is what I read between the lines. Moron, there's 5 seasons. And I say there's not. There's 4 right now.
You didn't even answer my question. that caused this outburst from you?
Because the beginning I like Ghostbusters. I don't know. I'm
No,
in.
just like with Batman or whatever.
I could.
You started watching that and you kept going back to it. And it's just like, why are you watching something you don't like?
Oh, I know. I
Just
try
like
to
with-
get through them because of the culture and all, and the modern culture, whatever you call that shit.
The like we finished Walking Dead.
We should have stopped that too. Where's Ronnie? She's always got the right opinions on that shit too. We get watching this stuff and then we're like, one thing I will say about this House of Dragon is Damon's bullshit arc this season finally wrapped up good. And like I said, the final episode I felt was a good episode, but not to be a season finale.
Everybody said it was like it was a trailer for season 3.
That's what it was.
I think Rhaenyra is going to lose her shit when she gets there and finds out that Aegon left after she made that deal with Mommy.
But what was the deal?
That she would come to King's Landing.
And he would take the knee?
No,
Or his
Rhaenyra-
head?
Yes, Rhaenyra would kill him. Behead him. But that
Well,
Allison would
Becky,
let her.
stop listening.
Huh?
Becky says she's just starting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So don't listen. But go ahead.
No, that was it.
Go ahead.
That was it. What am I doing? Why am I annoying you so much?
Because you start saying it and you obviously had more to say. And then I just told her because she said she's starting it to not listen.
All right, Rhaenyra. They made the plan that Rhaenyra would show up with her men, and that Allison would make sure that Aemon was gone, and they would let her in and take the throne. And Rhaenyra said, I can't just, have him bend the knee. I would have to take his head. And Allison agreed. But little One Foot got him out of the castle.
Yeah. The season definitely had its great points, like her getting the dragons and stuff like that, and getting riders for them.
Two of them end up going to the other side.
That's what the book says.
At least one of them will, I believe. Mr. Dushkin will be the one that goes, at least.
And what?
The what's that? Immaculate or something is going to be on Peacock.
What's Immaculate?
That one with Sydney Sweeney where she's the nun.
Oh
It's a
God!
horror movie.
Is she naked again?
Probably. It's on. It's going to be on Peacock, I believe, beginning of next month.
Hey there, Debbie.
And there was another movie that's supposed to be coming out soon. I can't remember what it is.
Did you get flooded out up there, Deb?
Tomorrow, Thursday.
Yes. Provided we don't get a meteor strike tonight.
Oh, they changed the what do you call it? The calendar. It looks different.
Oh, on the phone?
Yeah.
You didn't get flooded out. We got a shit ton of rain. And I gave an umbrella to Jack, our
That was
neighbor.
very sweet.
I'm sitting at my desk downstairs and I'm looking at the camera and I see Jack walking up the driveway and he's standing under a tree. So I go walking out there and it's pouring. So I have two umbrellas. So I gave him one. I said, just when it dries out, if you're driving by, just drop it off. Just put it over here next to the garage door. Got the hiccups again.
Would you like me to scare you?
No, because I am scared of you.
Thanks.
I'm scared that you're one day going to bop me. So the nice thing is, even though we have some hot days coming up here, like it's supposed to be 90, I think, by Sunday or something, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Um, I know that September we can sit out here and watch movies, and then October, be ready for the Halloween, and then the the months of September through the end of through Christmas are my favorite. I have never given a shit about New Year. Lots of Facebook conversations tonight. Becky, Debbie. So again, folks, I want to encourage you. 90 minutes from now, I'm coming back online with the Spirit Talker. And the past 2 nights I've done it, it's been quite the adventure. And I like it when you're with me because I get scared. Archer comes down, keeps me company though, and he gets wigged out. And did you see that later this month? What was the trailer I said I saw for later this month coming out? August 16th.
Tell me about a trailer.
No, I did yesterday and I said in August, and you said it is August. Was it another Conjuring?
Oh, the new, yeah, the Conjure. Isn't it the TV show?
Oh, rap. Um, Alien,
Oh,
Romulus.
Romulus, yes.
That's what's coming out. The 16th, I think. And I want to see, let me see. I'm going to look again here if the TV's still muted. I want to see Civil War.
Yeah.
And I don't mind paying for movies when I know I'm going to like them. By the way, those of you that Bad Ben 1 through 3 you can see for free on YouTube, but it has commercials. It's also on Fandango 1 through 3. Uh, 1 through 8 are on Prime, and of course, all 13 and 2/3 are on Bad Ben TV. Let me see if they're also coming up. 1 through 3 is coming up on Tubi, but who knows when? They take forever, but it's already been approved. But they'll be coming up. The truth about antibiotics. So coming up here soon, I do want to see Civil War. I do want to see Alien Romulus, but I'm not going to theaters because theaters are just disgusting. And, theaters can be fun to watch a movie with a good group of people, but I don't find good groups of people in movie theaters anymore. Sorry. I don't care. If it's something I know I want to see, I'll pay for it. We've done that before. We have a bunch of stuff in our, like when the Avengers first came out, I got that. Superman, but also
Star Wars.
Star Wars and Star Trek. But also years ago, I got Warm Bodies. I thought that was great. Let me see movies I own. Fandango used to be Voodoo, and Voodoo was, um, oh, we got Elvis
Oh,
when that first came out. Ethan Hawke, Black Phone, Morbius. I bought the Godfather trilogy. I've halfway through the first one. Spider-Man No Way Home, Ghostbusters Afterlife. I got the first one of that. Star Wars The Last Jedi. Oh, 23 movies we bought. Candyman, An Imperfect Murder, which we could have skipped. A Quiet Place. Game of Thrones Season 1. I didn't buy that, did I?
you did.
Interstellar, Arrival, which I had to watch both Arrival 3 times to get it. Interstellar at least 3 times. Ouija, Love Simon, World War Z, Iron Man, Star Trek, and Paranormal Activity. So I'm a little gassy. POV horror. We've got. My legs are muscular. I'm rubbing my thigh at the moment. Don't mind me. What's on Peacock? Oh, and the latest Planet of the Apes is on Hulu. Holly doesn't like them because even though
No.
they're fake apes, they get killed. I remember that one Planet of the Apes where they um, dropped the baby overboard. This was the original series, like in the 70s. That got me so upset. Look, Kyle, there's your guy.
Never
Look!
that. Oh.
Coming August 9th.
That's the other movie that I heard about.
That's 2 days from now. That's with Austin Butler. He's a motorcycle dude. Holly's all worked up about it. Let me go back to search here because we talked about Cabaret. Cabaret, old friend. There it is. It's on Tubi, it's on Hoopla, it's on Prime. You have to pay for, but Tubi, it's free. Hoopla, we don't have. I don't even know what Hoopla is.
Hoopla is a library.
Joel Gray's still alive. Didn't she say he's 100?
92.
The Apes movie's too creepy, Stephanie says. Jennifer Ucho. You taught me how to pronounce it there night, and I forget. Have you ever seen a movie that's called In a Stranger's House? No, I don't think so. I've seen When a Stranger Calls. I was young when I saw that, and it freaked me out. Freaked me the hell out. Jennifer says, you mentioned doing the spirit talker later and you get scared. I watched In a Stranger's House alone at night and it scared the crap out of me. Kind of like the first Bad Ben movie. Well, get ready for when the last Bad Ben movie is made. Because my intention is to make people cry in fear. Don't get the crap scared out of you, Jennifer. Keep the lights on. Have a friend over so that then they have to drive home alone. Let me tell you, last night when I went up front there and I was near where that well was and I thought I was hearing voices, I came hurrying down the side of the yard back to the open gate. And the closer I got to the gate, the more scared I got. You know, it's like when you come home, like we park in the garage and then walk into the house. But whenever I had as a kid, I had to park like out on the, not on the street, off the street on our property. But the closer I'd get to the front door, the scarier it would get, like when you have your keys out. I haven't listened to the audio yet, Stephanie, because I was trying to work out a prom I was having, and I did get it worked out. But I still have that video, so I will watch it. Life is a cabaret, old friend. Come to the cab. Welcome and bienvenue. Welcome. Happy to see you. Willkommen is German for welcome.
I know.
Bienvenue is what? French?
French.
For welcome. Wife of former star Minnesota Vikings receiver Adam Thielen, Caitlin Thielen, says that Kamala Harris's vice president choice, Tim Walz, ran Minneapolis into the ground. Oh, I'm glad I looked at that. If you're a celebrity, stay out of politics.
Just the other 95% of people in Minneapolis and Minnesota love him, but she's a rich white chick, probably. Fucking jerks.
Somebody pants somebody. Oh, that's smart. Try what? Jennifer says, try watching In a Stranger's House and let us know what you think. I think it will get you. I don't want to be scared. Archer protects me at night. The other night, man, we had such a bizarre thunderstorm. Lightning flashes like every second, like somebody flipping a light switch on and off. So, what else have you guys been watching that's scary? I liked the second Paranormal Activity. The first one was good, but I liked the second one. But the one I really liked was that one where, like, he goes out to the, like, it was supposed to be in, was it Mexico?
Yes, that was 4.
I thought that was good, and that got kind of a shitty reviews. God bless you, honey.
Oh, thank you. Tim Walz has a nonverbal son.
Autistic. Have you guys seen the video going around of the orchestra where it's like a philharmonic somewhere, and it's this guy that does, I don't know if it's ABC or CBS or NBC or what it is, but he does these feel good stories all the time. And there was this philharmonic, and they just finished a very moving piece. And as they finish it, in the silence of the hall, you hear, wow. It was a little boy's voice. And he said, wow. And the audience broke into laughter. And the guy that runs the whole thing wanted to find out who that was because it was very moving. to the finish. Well, this guy sent a letter to every ticket holder that was there that night, and he located the gentleman who had brought his grandson there. And his grandson is autistic and pretty much nonverbal. And when he that song, just the musical piece, when they ended, he was like, "Wow," because it was so good, and it was very moving. And they've maintained a friendship. Fictional documentary films are the best. Have you guys seen Jacob's Hell and Chest by Aaron Irons? They're found footage. They're cave. They both take place in caves, and they're creepy.
Ah,
Did you like them?
yes. Is there any other movies you're looking forward to seeing?
Well,
Long Legs,
Long Legs. Yeah, that's going to be a while.
unfortunately. Hopefully before Halloween.
Oh, we're going to have to buy it if it's before Halloween, but that's all right. Like I said, I don't mind buying a film if it's um, something we really want to watch.
Do you know that somebody did like the entire run of Lost, but put it in chronological order?
No. People have asked me before what order should Bad Ben be watched. I said Bad Ben through the end, but in reality, Steelmanville Road is a prequel. So you could start with Steelmanville Road, then Bad Ben, then Badder Ben, then 4 or 5 through 13, 14. I don't know that Jacob's Hell has been released yet. I think it might. We've seen it because I know Aaron, and he gave us a screener. But the first one, Chest, is available. I think that's available on Tubi. As a matter of flatulence. But like I said, Civil War, I'm looking forward to. The Alien Romulus, I'm looking forward to. Whatever comes up, we'll find shit, hidden gems along the way. There was a lot I was looking forward to this summer that turned out to be bullshit. Have you ever seen They'll Outlive Us All? Sounds familiar. Did we see that?
That Trap, I think it's called, the M. Night Shyamalan's daughter with Josh Hartnett. People have either said it's really good or it's absolutely horrible, just like they do with her dad's movies.
Well,
I
as
thought,
as a whole, I like his movies.
so do I. I thought the trailer looked good. That's my opinion. But the fuck do I know?
And I love Servant, except the end.
No, I didn't think
Yeah, you've told me I'm a loser.
that. And made it go right out of my head. don't remember now. Must not have been important.
Why is that so creepy? I'm sorry I'm making you tired. Yeah, I'm yawning, but like I have a broadcast due in an hour, but I always get excited for them. So I'm excited for this, but sitting outside has got me tired and yawning and tired of yawning.
Did you see anybody weird today?
In the store?
Yeah.
I only got out once, right? Well, the pretzel place, the guy who was
Oh,
upset that
yeah.
next door the lottery ticket machine was down.
He didn't look like he was upset. He was just a rather interesting looking character.
Skin and bones, a mustache. He was probably in his 70s, and a mustache that was dyed black, and eyebrows and on. He had a hat on, so I'm guessing his hair was dyed jet black too. And I saw him coming, so I held open the door. He says, "Lottery machine's down." I could tell it was affecting him. And the pretzel place I walked into, and the employee that was standing back there working didn't even look up and come up to help me. And I know why, though, because the owner was out front moving the van he was going to make a delivery. And what I figure is he thought it was him coming back in.
You should ask them if they still do the garlic knots.
Oh, he told me he would last time I asked him.
Well, why haven't you gotten any, bitch?
This is what goes on here.
What are you doing? Like a Marilyn Manson video.
Tell me if that popped up on screen. That face with those hands, that wouldn't freak you out. That freaks me out. That's creepy.
Did you hear that Fear Street is giving up his channel?
Why?
I don't know.
Is it a copyright thing?
No, he's trying to sell his channel.
Oh, that's
His
stupid.
TikTok.
There's another one out there. It's got even more viewers than him that makes similar ones. But I think Fear Street's better.
What are you doing?
I'm exercising my muscular
But
legs.
you look at those. The people are just seeing you vibrate. They don't know what's going
My butt plug has
on.
malfunctioned. Sorry, that's disgusting, I know. So anyway, folks, I've been on for an hour. I'm going to pop off now. Please come back at 9 when things get interesting. So for now, see ya. Love you.